One of our customers noticed that her water pressure was rather low, and it had never been a problem until this year. So when she called me out, I turned on the system and I found that the water pressure was indeed very low, and her solution was to just cap everything off to increase, well, cap a few sprinklers off just to increase the water pressure of the others. And so when I started digging around, I looked at, well, first I looked at the yard, and you can see how right here there's a brown spot, right here there's a green spot over there, green spot over here, brown spot, etc. So I started digging around and I found that one of the sprinklers, or where one of the sprinklers was rather soggy. So I dug it up and I found that one of the pipes was actually leaking. Now that obviously would decrease the water pressure of the rest of the sprinklers. So I dug it up and I found that one of the Marlex fittings was broken off right here, which was obviously throwing water into the soil here and impeding the flow of the water into the sprinkler itself. So this whole area was soggy. So I'm going to dig that out, or I dug it up, and I'm going to go ahead and fix this part, and hopefully that'll solve the problem. Sure enough, that handled it. The sprinklers are working just fine now. They are, I mean, it's not ideal. I wouldn't have installed it this way. Whoever installed it put the sprinklers in the center and then used some 15 what are called CST nozzles. Not the most ideal in this scenario, but it's what we got. So fixing that sprinkler, went ahead and adjusted the water pressure to an ideal state, and now all the sprinklers are working just fine. So this customer's lawn is going to green up and her homeowners association can get off her back. I spoke too soon. I'm checking a different part of the yard, and it turns out there are the wrong kind of head on this sprinkler. So this is what's called an 18 van, and the number on the head indicates how many feet this is supposed to be shooting out. So on each one of these, or where I have a flag, each one of these sprinklers has what's called an 18 van on it, and it's designed to shoot out 18 feet, but it also takes a certain amount of water pressure to be able to shoot that far. So I'm going to reduce, and as a result, there are at least two sprinklers, maybe you can't see them, but there's one all the way by the truck over there, and then one after the green flag that just isn't coming up. So if I switch the nozzles on each one of these, that will then increase the pressure on every sprinkler here and hopefully resolve that issue. I reduced about 5 nozzles from an 18 to a 12. So now each one of these nozzles along the sidewalk here is shooting out 12 feet. That previous one is a 12 quarter. This is a 12 half. So you can see the little marks here indicate the spray pattern, and it shoots out 12 feet. And now because I did that, because I reduced about 5 of them from an 18 to a 12, there's more pressure throughout the entire system. So each one of these sprinkler nozzles is now covering more than it was before, and now the entire lawn is covered. So this should green up within the next couple of weeks and make our customer and her homeowners association happy.